am Carol, the owner and creator of CarolJo's.com. Carol Jo's, you will find women's accessories and jewelry. So, excuse me. There we go. We're just letting YouTube and TikTok know that I'm live. So we're going to give it a moment or two to get people in, and then we'll get started. And I'll tell you all about Carol Jo's, more detail. First, I need some music. Alexa, play Mozart, please. All right. We have to play non-copyrighted music because I am on TikTok. Or I'm sorry, on YouTube. YouTube doesn't allow it. So we play classical music on the days that I am live on both devices. So that is why we're going to do Mozart tonight. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Carol. I am the owner and creator of all things at CarolJo's.com, which is an online women's jewelry and accessory business. On YouTube and TikTok, I go live 4 days a week. They are 2 tutorials and 2 chats. Then I go more on TikTok. I go live twice a week with bead sales and once a week with jewelry sales. I do 6 days of TikTok, 4 days of YouTube. So those of you that are on YouTube, if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. I don't know if it's up or down, but go ahead and subscribe to me and join me for when I go live. I do save my lives out there so that you can go back and rewatch them if you like. I was going to say hi, everybody on TikTok. We are going to do, if we get 10 shares, 10K on the likes, we will do giveaways of either the pens or we're going to do jewelry tonight. Since it's a tutorial night, we're going to do jewelry. So I didn't know what I was going to do for tutorial night tonight until I started thinking about it this afternoon. I literally did not have an idea until this afternoon, and it came to me. I don't know if this is going to take the full hour or not. But what I thought I would do is we are going to talk about creating jewelry with seed beads. There's different types of seed beads. So I thought before we get into actually using the beads, let's talk about the different types of seed beads. So tonight is going to be a discussion about the different types of seed beads that we have out there. I know some of you probably do use. Hi, that's a girl who slays. How are you tonight? I was going to say, some of you may have already used seed beads and have some info on it, but there are some people that don't know the differences between all the different types that are out there. So I went and all my seed beads are actually in a room downstairs. And so I had to go down there and go get some of them. I only grabbed a few of them. I mean, I grabbed one of like what each kind that I have, but I didn't grab, there are so many more that I don't even have in my collection. So we're just going to look at the ones that I have in my collection and give you info on that. If you have questions while we're going through it, please put them in the chat because this is going to be more of an interactive kind of discussion for our tutorial tonight. Yeah, there are different kinds. There sure are. And there's different ways that they are, depending on where you get them, what it all means. And so I want to share that information with you. Hi, Sophia's Dragon. How are you? So, like always on TikTok, if you guys can, you got the 10 shares. Awesome. Now let's get it up to 10K on the likes and then we'll do our giveaway. So, all right. This is what... Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good. So what I want to talk about first is that there are different types of seed beads, meaning the round ones, the ones that we normally have, that we see a lot of. And I do not have any of my seed bead type work available to show you guys. I have sold it all or given it away. So when we go to do our tutorials, I will need to make some before we do the tutorials. So I plan on doing one on Saturday. So I'm going to make that one and show it to you before we begin on Saturday. But so when I talk about the round or they can be like a cylinder type look. I'm just going to grab these here. This is what I'm talking about, this style of seed beads. This is an actual 11-0. This isn't even the smallest size that you can buy. The larger the number, the smaller the bead. It's kind of like, thank you, Grammy, for the heartbeat. It's kind of like if you would think about the wire, and when you do wire the gauge, the smaller the number of gauge, the bigger around the wire is. Same, this is, the bigger the number, the smaller the bead. And it's just weird how things in the beading world are just different. But these are 11-ohs. And these are, if you look at them, they're pretty much all the same shape. And they're more of a short, stubbier type bead. Now, the reason why I'm going to show you that, and I got here, these pastel ones here, I'm going to show you over here. We have the white, the pink, and then the seafoam green. So these three here, I'm going to bring them up close. If you look at those, these are 11-ohs also. But these are more of a cylinder where you can really see that cylinder look to it. When you get into seeing the cylinder look, more times than not, those are Japanese seed beads. When you get the consistent like these, but they don't have that cylinder look, these are check glass. Check glass are usually all the same size. They also make beads for the seed beads in China, India. And so, and those, when you buy those, they are not consistently the same size. So, and I use those sometimes to make kids rings and stuff with. So I'm going to grab some of those so I can show you what I mean by they're not always consistent. Okay. These are 6/0 size. So here you have one that's this size. See if I can get you guys to see that. There you go. And then you'll have one that is smaller. I'm going to try putting these side by side so you can see what I'm talking about. There we go. Do you see how the size is not consistent between the two? Those are more often than not either made in China or India. Oh, that's okay, Andy. We'll just have you come in and just join us. I am doing good. How about you, Christy? So there are different places that beads are made. The Japanese, they will have Toho and Mayuki. Oh, you're welcome. Are some brand names that you probably have heard out there in the beading world. Check glass is usually just check glass. They just say check seed beads. They're not like a specific brand name, like when we get into glass beads in that area, you have these Swarovski crystals that are made in Austria. Check glass is check glass. It can be a check glass seed bead. It can be a check glass, different types, but the seed beads are just called check. But when you get into the Japanese, they're usually the business name associated with it. The size of seed beads, when they're this shape that I was just showing you here, where you got this shape, they will be, you can have 15-0, you can have 12-0, 11-0, 8-0, and 6-0. They always have that O after it, but it's like a little small O, and I have no idea what the O means. But that's what that is, the size. So these here are 11s. I'm going to put it up close so you guys can see. And I'm going to grab another container, and I'm going to hold up the different sizes together. I do not have any of the 12 or 15. You also, every once in a while, it's very rare, but you will see 10-ohs too. I forgot about those. Whoops, this is my delicas. Hold on, not that one. Here is 8-ohs. So this is what an 8-oh looks like. I'm going to hold them up. I'm going to show you 3 different sizes. I have 6, 8, and 11. Hi, Olive. I have no idea. If anybody knows that's done beading with seed beads, please let us know. And then here's 11. Nope, those are 8s. Or no, this is 6s. Oh, my Lord. Read the container. It says 6. So the 6 is the biggest, and then we have 8, and we have 11. So here, I'm going to try holding these all up together. There we go. Now I'm trying to see through all of the stuff here. There you go. Can you see the different sizes? Where 6 is bigger than the 8, just a little bit bigger, but they're way bigger than the 11s. So that is just, and you can get these in the different brand names from Japan, like the Toho and the Miyuki. That is just how they have sized them. It is the industry standard that the smaller the bead, or smaller the number, the bigger the bead. So 6/0s are going to be the largest ones. When you get to a 15, 15 are really, really small. If you thought these 11s were small, they are really small. And the way that I have, and it may not be the exact, but think of it in this way. A 6/0 is about the equivalent of a 4mm size bead. The 8/0s are about the equivalent of a 3mm, and 11 is the equivalent of a about a 2mm. Okay, we just had a discussion at my full-time job about needles today. And I said, I don't like needles. And I'm like, I have to take that back. I don't like getting my blood drawn. I don't mind getting shots and that type of thing, but I don't know anything about needles. But we were talking about them today at work. So yes, the smaller the number, the bigger the bead. So those are what I just grabbed for different types of the seed beads. One of the beads that I actually have in my collection, I do not have Toho or Miyuki. Hi, Rose. They are more spendy. What I do have in mind are for the very, like, they're all the exact same size here. These are what you call delicas, and these are 11 delicas. So they are very small, very, very, they are all the same size. So when you want to make something in a bracelet where everything fits perfectly together, where you're making some of those intricate patterns that you will see like on earrings, you know, like, I'm like trying to think of, let me just bring up some pictures so that might help us think this through. Okay. I'm going to look at patterns here. Okay. All right. So when you're making something like this pair of earrings right here, you're going to want your beads to all be the same size so that it will lay correctly in your pattern. If you would have, like when I showed you those beads that were made in either like China or India, where the sizes were different, they're the same around, but the length of the cylinder is off a little bit for each one. When you have something like that, they have to be using the same size beads. And so when you're making something with like a pattern like this, you're going to want them to be that 11, or not the 11. You want them to be like the delicas, the Miyuki, or the Toho, because those are all the same size. Ah, so you made some. That is so cool. So what did you do for a pattern? Now, when I get into making like this here, and I'm trying to get this one bigger. There we go. When I'm going to make like a twist bracelet like this, I don't need them to all be exact the same. So then in this type of a pattern, I can use my check, because the check is going to be close to the same size every time, but not every time it's exact, not like the other brands. So that's when I use those. Those ones that I showed you that were really different in length, I use those for my kids' jewelry. When I am making like bracelets and I need filler, I will use different color beads as the filler that are seed beads. I always just use 6mm for the kids' jewelry. Hi, Juana. And my jewelry is ages 4 and up. I don't make jewelry for toddlers because that becomes choking hazards if it were to anything were to happen. And my thing is 4 and up. Oh no. So yeah, so think about it from that aspect. Oh, those would have been pretty. I'm looking at the peas going blah blah blah. The purple, the pink, and the lavender. Oh, that would have been pretty together. Did you put it out on your TikTok, a video or a picture of them? So that's why I use different beads for different things because the price, okay, I'm gonna go look after we get off. So the price points will be different for each type of bead that you're using. And how much time and effort it takes for you to make it. So, and what you need it for. So that is what the beginning part here. And I've even made these, the daisy. I've done some of those patterns too. They're not my favorite, but I have done them. I do like to make the twists, that one that I showed you, something similar to that. You can do it on wire here, or you can sew it. Like something like that. There is so much that you can do with seed beads. The one thing I'm going to tell you guys is that I will not get into how to, or I will not get into selling the seed beads. I will tell you that. I will teach you what I know how to make with seed beads. But when I sell beads and that type of thing, I don't want to get into selling them because you have so many different brands, you have so many different sizes, you have so many different colors that I don't know that I could do you guys justice if I were to sell them. So that is why I will not be selling the seed beads, but I want to teach it to you. It doesn't mean that you can't go to, just go to Amazon. Hi, you're back. And go into Amazon and look at, buying what you want there. So I will be showing you, and I will be off and on. I will show you different ones. The ones that I thought I would do first to show you is a twist. And it is not exactly like the one that I just showed you. Let me see. And I don't even know, I have one, I think, on in my collection, and I just don't know. I didn't grab it. Okay. It will be similar, not exactly, because I don't use all the colors. But think of it this way. This is an earring using the twist. It'll be something like this, only with as a bracelet. I was gonna say Hobby Lobby's seed beads, more times than not, unless you get them in that little like shell thing, are the Chinese one, where they will not be the same size. They will be like what I showed you on those ones. They will be different sizes. If you get those round tubes, that's normally what those are when you're at Hobby Lobby. Just going to give you advice on that. So we're going to do, it's a symmetrical twist like that, and we'll make that into a bracelet. And then you can do the twist with loops on them. So it will be a couple of tutorials, and they will be Saturday tutorials when I do those, just to let you know. We'll do just the straight twist one to begin with, and then we will do the twist with the loops. So that's where I was going and wanting to teach you that. I have not ever made earrings with seed beads like I was showing you, and even like these here. I have never made earrings like this. I just have not gotten into using seed beads, or like this. I've never gotten into those types of patterns. I'm just looking at different thoughts here. So I don't know that I will ever teach that. So just to let you know. I can say hi to you. That's that one girl who slays. Let me get that out. So we're going to be doing some of that. Other things that I've done with this seed beads is there are ornaments that you can make where you take a Christmas ball and you put a cover over it. And Rose says, hi, YouTubers. So we've got, that is an option that I could teach you, but that one takes hours. Like when we teach that class, those are, you start it and then you come back again to finish those off. Yes, and there are patterns for them and it's intricate, and I live in a state where we have indigenous people that can make them beautiful. And I look at it as, from my perspective, and this is just me, is that is their culture, their way of life, and I wasn't taught it, and it is not a part of my heritage, and I want to respect them. So that's why I've never done them, in all honesty. You've cross-stitched with 11 or 15 O's? Holy wow. So that is really why I honestly don't. I will do the peyote stitch. I will do the twist. I will do other types of things. And the peyote stitch is used for that, but I don't use that pattern or do things that style. Just to let you guys know. I've done, like I said, I've done the daisy. So that one I might have to like do some remembrance to do that one. But, we can do different things. Okay. Hi, Britt. Hey, Britt, I have a question. And I'm just going off of memory. So if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong. Did you fill out the form to be able to be invoiced for your claims last week? I can't remember off the top of my head if you did or didn't. Okay, not a big deal. Just a reminder, if you could do that for me, that would be awesome, because I could not, I'm going to follow you here quick. I could not find you in my list of followers when I was trying to go through it. I love how when you follow people, you can have a search, but they don't have a search of those who follow you. So you don't need to apologize. If you can just go fill out the form to do that. CJS logo at the top, CJS logo at the bottom. You get to my bio. There is a Linktree hyperlink. Tap on that. It's the first item in the list. If you can fill that out, that would be awesome. Uh-oh, someone said a no-no. And we don't have Miss Jade here to tell us that. So some of the other things with the seed beads come in lots of different shapes. So that's the one thing we got to know, is that they'll come in different shapes. So this shape here, it looks like, if I bring it up close, like a teardrop with a hole at the top. And these are called fringe seed beads. They're around the 11 size. They're not exact, but I will use these sometimes when you're doing the twist and other things. Okay. Yep, you sure can get to the 25. I don't have a problem holding it. Honestly, don't. So those are our fringe ones. And they come in different, as you can see, we've got different colors. So seed beads will come in lots of colors, just like beads. You will have like the rainbow finishes with the AB look to them. You will have, ooh, one thing I forgot to talk about. Okay, let me go check. Another thing that I forgot to talk about is that the beads are, I just saw that it said green lined, mint green lined smoke. So some of the colors you will find, you will have lined beads, and you will have clear beads. You will have transparent. You will have opaque. You will also have AB. So you're going to have the same things that just like it when you have your regular beads. So what it means is like if you have a silver lined, that means that the hole in the center has silver lining around around it. So if you have a transparent bead that is silver lined, you're going to get a different look to that bead than if it was just a transparent one. They will also have silver lined square and silver lined circle. So that means your hole in the center is either a square or a circle. You will have some of the seed beads will be a color in the center and clear on the outside. You will have some that are a matte finish, meaning they're not polished. You will have those that have the, and so like right here, these two right here are matte, and so is that one. So this is what a matte colored bead will look like. Here you have a inside color is orange, or no, sorry, red line. Red lined in the inside with gold on the outside, and it's transparent. This one here is mint green lined on the inside with a smoke color on the outside. And then this one is gunmetal with mixed with blue. So if you notice it, there's like, how I would equate that to would be like when you're getting some, like last night we had hematite beads that were plated. So this would be like the gunmetal color is plated with blue. So you'll get different colors and different textures with your beads based upon the inside line color, or if it's got transparent, if it's opaque. I'm going to see if I can find, here is this white pearl here is an opaque one. You can't see through it. But then, you know, right next to it, we've got yellow that is transparent. So just like you have your other ones, your other beads, you will have that same thing happening here with these. They're all glass beads. So most of those that you're transparent, you're opaque, the silver lined and the lined colors, those you don't usually see in your regular glass beads very often, but you will in seed beads. Hi, Abby. Sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore you. Hi. I have bought, a majority of mine have come from two places. I have ordered a lot of them from Fire Mountain Gems. I do not sing. Sorry. I will sing when I'm like listening to a song sometimes, but I don't sing. Fire Mountain Gems is where I got a majority. And then when I worked at the bead store that I was at, and when they closed, I bought a lot of seed beads from them because they were selling them at half off. So that's where I got a lot of mine. And then there is an individual that has a very small seed bead area in his store. He's mostly leather, and he will do seed beads in his leather work. So that's why he has seed beads. So sometimes I will get them from him. You can get them in containers that are like 10 grams. You can get them in containers that are not containers, but they're called hanks. Hanks are, for some reason, 11 strands is sitting in my head. I haven't bought a hank of seed beads in a long time. They're depending on which ones you get and what you're trying to make, Juana. I'm not going to say they're bad or not good. Oh, thank you, Abby, for the follow. I'm not trying to ignore you. Please, no, I'm not ignoring. I'm just talking away. So Hanks, you used to buy them, Rose? Okay. So do the Hanks have 11? I don't know why 11 sits in my head for some reason, but it's an entire strand of them. Oh, yay. I was right. I haven't bought a Hank in years, but you're getting 11 strands of that bead. And so if you're going to do a project that needs a lot, then buy a Hank. And that's really what it is. It's HANK. And you can buy them in, I've bought them in the 11, the 6, and the 8. Yep, those will work great for bracelets. The ones in the tubes at Hobby Lobby, more times than not, are going to be manufactured either in China or in India. and they are not always 100% the same. When you're at Hobby Lobby, they will have them in those plastic, what I call the shells, you know, the plastic containers that will shut. Those are more times going to be Czech or from Japan. And those will be more accurate in the size. Yep, you do. So you will have the same die lot. My favorite color, they're asking me over here on YouTube, my favorite color is sage green. And I am not the Swiftie in our family. I am not a big Taylor Swift fan. So they're asking me, do I like Taylor Swift? I'm not going to say I don't like her. I'm not going to say I like her because I will listen to her, but it's not like my favorite. Of all things, if you guys can believe this, my husband is the Taylor Swift. We call him the Swiftie in our family. He can sing a ton of her songs. So that's what I would say about that is, you know, the prices of seed beads vary. Your Toho Mayuki are going to be way more than those that are manufactured in China. So it all depends on where you're going to want to buy, you know, what type of seed bead you're going to want to buy by what you're making. So yeah. Yep, my husband is the Swiftie. So that was those that I just showed you with all the different colors and stuff. Those are fringe beads. Then you can also get, these are stuck in their little containers. There we go. You can get bugle beads. These are called. They are longer cylinders. What's a fruit bead? I'm like, what's the fruit in a seed bead? So this one is a 3. If you notice, I've got them labeled with, oh no, these are 5. Sorry, these are 5. So they are 5 millimeters or centimeters in length is what these are. Oh, no seed beads. Fringe. Well, that's what I said is fringe. F-R-I-N-G-E. Fringe beads. Who is my favorite singer? I am a 90s music person, so I like tons of different things in the 90s. My favorite band from the 80s is Duran Duran, and 90s is Guns N' Roses. Nope, that was me and my accent that everybody says I have. I don't think I have an accent, but you guys say I do. But those are the 5, and they're just called a 5 bugle bead. So those are that. And I'm going to show you this up against this other one here because I have a different size of these. Yes, I am a 90s girl. Ugh. And so what I have here, how I store my seed beads, everybody, is in containers like this. So they have these here, and then there's 4 of them in here. You can buy them where they're doubled up or single, however you want, or you can keep them in a tube. I just do it this way so I can see them. But here is the 3, and these are 3 centimeters in length. So I'm going to show you. The 5 is on top and the 3 is on the bottom, so you can see the difference in length. I use this one when I make the ornament covers. I use the fringe more there. I don't usually use them when I am making jewelry. And the reason being is that the edges of these beads are really, really sharp, and they cut the thread a lot easier. So that's why I don't use those for making bracelets and such. You can, I just don't. Oh, thank you, Britt. I am like, if you can tell, I don't know how to do that here. Let me see, Abby. I cannot do that here while I'm on. I will see if I can go back and find you, okay? Yeah. Okay, if you go and do that, I will go and look, Abby, and see if I can follow you, okay? All right, another style of bead that is a seed bead. And you won't think it when you see these, but these are considered one of the seed beads. They are 4 millimeter squares. I use these for when I make a specific pattern for a peyote stitch. They are really uniform, more than just some of the glass beads out there. And it just makes a really cool bracelet. It does take a lot of beads. So like something like this one, I wouldn't be able to make with that. But like this one, I would be able to get a couple out of. These are just 4, they're size 4. So that means they're 4mm square bead, square seed bead. I do not have a lot of them. This is my entire square collection. That's it. Because I only use it for one pattern. So those are the different beads that I use when I am creating with seed beads. Now, there's other things that you need when you do seed beads, depending on what you are making and how you're going to make it. So I'm going to grab my little container here. We had this the other day out. This is what I use for my seed bead container. It's all bundled together. It's a Tupperware container. You know, if you're in the United States, a lot of people, when they have like their yard sales or garage sales or whatever kind of sale at your house, back in the day, everybody had one of these for their money drawer for their sale. I use mine to organize my seed bead stuff. So yes, you guys can laugh. So remember I said I make covers for the, and this one is not done, so I'm trying to be delicate when I take this out. Covers for the, he's fallen off. There we go. I just got to grab this. This is a cover for an ornament. So I don't have all the dangles done. But you have row after row after row to create the netting that you would put over an ornament. But I'm in the midst, I was in the midst of doing it, and then I put it away and never finished it. Do we all have projects like that? Anybody else besides me? They are. And I have mine out all year round because I did not, like this one was more Christmas colored ones. I do not make them all Christmas color so I can keep them out year round. I mean, this one I kept my beads so I would always know them and have them in there. I've got the red 11-ohs. Then you use green 11-ohs. The 3 size bugle bead. And then I have a clear silver lined 6-oh. And all of those are used to make that bracelet. Or not the bracelet, the cover. That's the size beads that you use. What else I use when I'm doing it, as you can tell, I always have a little pair of scissors in here to cut my thread. Your thread, we went over this the other day when we were looking at Nymo thread, is Nymo thread. They come on little bobbins that look like this, and there's different sizes. I honestly cannot tell you or remember what the letter correlates with how thick the thread is. So that is something I don't remember off the top of my head. But I always use mostly the size B. And if you look, it's stamped there in my little bobbin. I use B a lot. And it's just Nymo, and it's NYMO thread. When you use the thread and sewing with it, because you're going in and out of your beads so much, your thread needs to be conditioned before you use it, which is like putting a coating on it to make it so that it doesn't get as brittle while you're making it. I have 2 things that I use. One is just beeswax, and I actually like the beeswax better to do that. I usually go live about an hour, and I started at I started at 8 p.m. Central, so it'll probably go till about 9 p.m. And then the other thing I use here is also, it's just a thread conditioner, it's called. That's what it looks like. This is what the lid to it looks like. I don't use the thread conditioner as often. When you do it, I'll show you guys how you condition your thread here. You just have this. I'm going to cut off a piece. Whenever you're going to start a project with the thread, you cut off a piece, however long you want to cut. Yeah, it has a different feel. And what I noticed with the conditioner is that it doesn't coat as well for the entire time that you have it. Whereas the beeswax coats a lot longer. And I mean, if you look in here, I have four of the beeswax and I only have 2 of the conditioner. So, but with this, you pull these, because if you look, do you see how it's all wavy? You don't want it to be wavy when you're working on your work. You want to pull on it. And it isn't like stretchy where you just pull once or twice. This you have to go and do this a lot on all the way. Hey, Jade. And you want it to get straight before you use it. Then you just take your little beeswax. And what I do is I hold it with this finger and or whatever finger you want, and pull. I always do my ends like 3 times. And then after I got the ends, then I just pull the whole thing through. And all you're doing is just running it through that beeswax. So if you see there, it's just on the top. And I just condition my thread all the time that way. Then I get to the end and I do it again. You can do it on the top or the bottom. This one I used on the bottom more so. But you can literally use whatever end you want. It gets smaller as you use it. And I've probably, when I used to make a lot with this would last over a year. And that's making a lot. It lasts a long time. But you're going to laugh this here. He got a little bit yucky. I might have to get rid of him. But that's how you condition it and get it ready to use. The Nymo thread comes in different colors and different sizes. Like I said, I always use size B for a majority of mine. And then you can get it in different colors. I was showing you guys this the other day. I have D also. I have hardly ever used D, but I have it in different colors. So when they were closing the bead store, I just bought a whole bunch of different colors in case I ever needed them. These are all, I'm trying to see what the spool says. These are D's also. So they have lots of different colors. So you can match your thread to what you're making if you want. And that is totally a preference thing. The other thing that I've done is I have lots of beading needles. And some of them are not straight, as you can tell, because you are always weaving in and out of things. So here's some, see, I mean, I have some more. They're not all straight, and that's okay. And then I was trying to think, what else do I use? I think that's about it. Put those back in here. So those of you that do use the seed beads and do stuff, what is it that you guys make? Can you guys share? Whoops, I need those in that baggie. That's what I think too. I think it's just like, it is like the, I can't think of it when you're doing honey. The comb part. Comb is in my head, but I don't know if that's the right word. You've done hat beads? Oh, about 9 o'clock, Abby. 9 Central. I have about another 15 minutes, maybe. So how do you do your hat bands, Chris? Can I ask? Hi, Nina. On a baseball cap, so then it's the one that goes across here. I saw somebody the other day. Oh, you do them on a loom? Oh, I've never done them on a loom. I have actually done candles with the need or with seed beads. Um, I'm reading a comment over here. Oh, that is cool, Abby. You can always join us and I will teach you, and then you can decide when you want to do it and just go with it. And the one thing about having all the videos out on YouTube is that even though it's live, they are all saved out there. I was going to say, I don't know you, so I'm not going to tell you my age. Ooh, there you go. So when I've done the candles, when Jade was talking about the candles, I have actually used sterling silver wire and used it and shaped it into different shapes, and then you use a needle or a stick pin and a seed bead to attach the wire into the candle and decorate the outside on a candle, like a pillar candle. I've done that. Okay, I'll go look at it, Nina, and I'll look at your profile, Chris. Thanks, Abby. I'm like, I don't mind telling people my age, but when you come in and that's the first thing you say to me, I'm like, yeah, you're kind of sketchy. Sorry. If you were like talking to me, I would share it. If we were like here, where it's just all of us. All right, we hit the 10K likes on TikTok, and we also got our 10 shares. You can do this too. Any of you that are out on well, you shouldn't be on here if you're 8 because my videos are not intended for children. And I even put it out there. I was gonna say, you guys can guess numbers too. You got to be 18 to do it. So I'm gonna put the number over here in the YouTube, and I will be watching both sides here. So do a number between 1 and 50. Yeah. So between 1 and 50, and we'll see who gets it right first. They will win your choice of a jewelry or bead suit or a pen or stylist, depending on which I grab. And we got a winner over here on TikTok, and that is Miss Chris. You are the winner. Okay, because I was watching both. I didn't grab beforehand. So give me a moment. Let me go down here. I have no idea what I grabbed because they're backwards, so I can't see. Let's see what we got for jewelry in here. Okay. We had this one last night. This one says rock till the end. And this one is a stylist. Okay. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying that there are rules to YouTube. And I put mine as for not under 18. Or you can have the necklace here, Chris. Your choice. That's got the dichroic in it. So we have the necklace or the pen. The pen. All right. Well, it's not a pen. It's a stylus. Sorry. I should keep saying stylus instead of pen on this one. There's different ones in there. Okay. You're welcome. Okay. Let me put this one back. So, okay. So I'm going to look some stuff up. Well, because we have 10 minutes. So hold on. I'm going to go back to my own account here. I can look at things. I just cannot go and do certain things when I am in, when I'm on a live on TikTok. That's your choice. Okay, I'm going to Chris's profile here. Ooh, I see one of the hats here. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, Chris, do you mind if I show? I think they're doing what they want to do. I'm not gonna engage, but is it okay if I show the picture, Chris? Because look at this picture, everybody. Whoops, hold on. Let's go back to that one. There we go. Look at the bill of the hat with the seed beads. It's cool. Show you over here. I think that is absolutely, and it says hello gorgeous. I was gonna say it's gorgeous. Holy wow. See, the one thing that TikTok doesn't do is it doesn't show us everything when you follow somebody. But look at that detail. That's with other beads, but with also seed beads. Maybe we need to have Chris be our teacher. That is cool. Ooh, look at this. So we got that. So that is the peyote stitch. For those of you that aren't, that is peyote stitch. So, okay, Chris, you make the one with, this is the one that I've done with the square beads. So it's similar to that. It's not the exact, but it's similar to that. And I have tried to do this pattern here. It is the, whoops, sorry, I switched. Let's go back. It's an H word. It went out of my head. I got hexagon in my head and that's not it. But this pattern, I have tried to use that pattern and it is really difficult for me. Here, I'll make it bigger. I don't know that I can make it bigger. Ah! And it's not letting me make it bigger. Herringbone, thank you. That is the word. And I stink at doing the herringbone, just to let you all know. Look at what this is with different cabochons. You can do something like this and make a bead tray setting for it. And that's where a lot of times I have seen them use the 12 or the 15 size seed beads is when you're doing a setting like that. Oh my. Look at that hat. That is cool. I'm just loving that one. I wouldn't do white because I can't keep white white. If you guys know me, I do not keep white white. Are these made with the Swarovskis in the center then, Chris? Sorry, we're just looking at Chris's work, but this is like some of the beautiful things that you can create with seed beads. So you've got the seed beads here, and then you do the Swarovski in the pendant. Well, there's Miss Rose. So yeah. And she created a ring. You do awesome work. So that is Chris's. I'm glad I went out and looked. You're just everywhere, Miss Rose. I love it. See, here is something different with using seed beads too. And you could use the fringe. This is on Griselda's. So you can make the earrings here and you can create it with the wire. It's like wire wrapped, or the seed beads are wrapped around the wire. That's cool. So those are the colors that you were talking about. Those colors look really cool together. That is really neat. Oh, you have it here? And she learned this from Desert Roads Craft. So she's given, thank you for giving knowledge, or acknowledging who you learned it from. I appreciate that. As someone who teaches, we need to appreciate who we learned it from and share. So there's another, it's different color, but whoops. Let me go back in there. And here we took wire wrapping and beads to create a pendant. So that's her video of it. I'm just showing it to everybody here. Here. So that is like literally lots of different things that we can do with seed beads that I don't even do. So we all have different things that we do. And I think it's amazing. I love how we can take ideas and make it our own and take off with it. So that's what I want to do, is inspire you guys to think outside the box. I always say that, thinking of like how you can use things outside the box. So I'm excited. Like I said, I will not be selling the seed beads because as you saw all the different styles that were there. Oh, thank you, Rose. You see all the different style of beads, the sizes of the beads, the color of the beads. I just won't be able to provide that for what I am sourcing. To be able to source seed beads takes a lot of time and effort, and I don't know that I have the ability to do that and do it justice. So that is what I'll say about it, but I will help teach what I learn, or what I know, what I've learned in the past and what I know. I will share that with you. But it looks like we have others out here who could do it too. And I know not everybody is someone that wants to teach. So that's it. Tomorrow night is going to be a chat night. Total chat night. This was our tutorial where we were talking about seed beads and trying to understand the basics of seed beads so that when we go to use them, you will know how to buy them, what sizes to buy, what to look for if you're making a pattern, that type of thing. And if you guys have questions after tonight when we're getting into it, or you see a pattern out there that you want to learn how to make, I may not have all the answers to it because like I said, I don't do all of the different stitches for the seed beads and creating with them, but I think we have a good base of people here who could help answer questions. I don't know. What do you guys think? I really do. I'm excited about that. But the tutorial that I will be teaching on Saturday with seed beads will be the twist, and it's just like the 2-part twist. So that one you just need 8 O beads and 11 O's. So yeah, so that is what we will be teaching on that. That's fine. I totally get it. So Friday night, I have started picking out the beads and such for Friday night. So what I was thinking is I was going to possibly bring some of the cabochon settings Yes, I will have the white on Friday night, Jade. I will have at least one of them. I have like 3 of them. I don't know if I'll have all 3, but I will have some of them on Friday night. I will have cabochons in some of the settings. Not all my cabochon sizes will have settings, so I didn't realize I had some odd sizes that I didn't realize, and so I am looking into trying to get settings for those too. We will. So that is, we'll have that. I have a few, I found some more of the donuts. So I was going to bring some donuts, and then I was going to have some of the new beads, and yes, the whites and the new beads, and bring those. They will mostly be glass beads, just to let you know. I've hit an area where I have a lot of glass beads in some older orders that or not older orders that I've shown before, but in older orders of beads that I've bought. And so I need to get them out and to you guys to be able to see. And so I will have some of those. I don't know if I'll have any more gemstone beads or crystal beads in Friday nights, but we'll see. And then, so that will be this Friday, the 26th. We will do a subscriber live on Monday. So, okay, so tomorrow night is a chat night. Friday night will be beads. There'll be new beads, the cabochons, the donuts that we just talked about. Saturday, we're going to do the tutorial. Monday will be subscriber night. And for those of you that don't know, subscriber night is a TikTok only subscriber night. I know YouTube uses the word subscriber for followers. In TikTok, you guys could subscribe to me by down in that bottom, there is a yellow star. If you click on that, you can pay the $2.99 for a month, and you can be auto-renewing or just a month. You can try and decide. And you get the ability to comment on Monday nights live. Everybody else can watch Monday nights live. You just cannot comment. I will have jewelry and beads up for sale that night, and there is a discount if you buy them on subscriber night. And subscribers also get to use the emojis that Joya has put out there. And I have my list of other emoji stickers to put out there. I just haven't made them yet. So my favorite emoji sticker out of all of them that I made is, of course, if anybody knows me, my Dr. Pepper one, because I love my Dr. Pepper. So I have that. And then we have one that's for Buttercup, which is my grandbaby. And we just have some other ones out there. And I've got some more that I need to work on. So I just got to work on them in Canva, and haven't been in Canva for a week. So that's why I haven't made them yet. So we got that. And then Tuesday we will have bead night again. Wednesday and Thursday will be chat and tutorial. Don't know what we're doing yet. Now, Friday night, got some news for you. That would be Friday, May 3rd. I will not be live. Sorry. We have tickets. We're going to get tickets to go to a indoor football game, and it's being sponsored by the credit union that I'm on the board of directors for. So I am going to go to that and support that. Sorry. So, and that was going to be charm night. We're going to move charm night to Saturday, and we'll do it like we did this last time, where we were on for a few hours doing different charms. And let me tell you, sneak peek on one of the charms, I already got more of the pineapple charms in. So we'll have pineapple charms that night, or that day. It's not going to be a night, it'll be a day. So we're going to do charms on May 4th. You know, May the 4th be with you day. So those are some of the things that we've got coming up. I know I've got planned out for the next couple of weeks, but I hope you guys are okay with that. So I have a child that is really like, there are 2 days, so I take that back, 3 days a year that are very important to them. It isn't Christmas. It isn't their birthday. It is Pi Day, May 4th, and July 10th. And every year on July 9th, I get told by said child, Mom, why couldn't you have waited a day and had me on July 10th? I eat tacos whenever. And I don't really eat tacos. The only kind of taco I like would be a soft shell taco. I love like burritos and enchiladas and all different types. So October 4th is National Taco Day. So we need to add that to our days. So my question is, does anybody know what July 10th is? That's why Jane knows it. It's her birthday. So I'm going to throw that one out there and see if anybody can know what July 10th is and why it is special to one of my kids. Have to remember, this is also special to the kid. Nope, not Kitten Day. This is special to my kid that has parts that went to the moon. So all of the days that they are like, nope, she's Groundhog Day. That is truly her birthday. Is Groundhog's Day. Nope, it's not NASA. She was born in the middle of a snowstorm on Groundhog's Day. We went into the hospital in the start of the storm, and I tried to get out of the hospital the next day, and it was still snowing. It took 3 days to get out of the hospital for me. They were still in the hospital, but I just wanted to leave the hospital because I'd been at the hospital for 3 days. Yep. It has nothing to do about going to the moon. So in her birth, it really was Groundhog Day. So that's the one thing I'll talk about with Buttercup that is personal. I was going to say, it's probably something that you guys will not figure out. So I will tell you about. Nope. It is around Nikolai Tesla was born on July 10th. He actually helped before I can't think of the name now. Creation of the way electricity and the light bulb and how everything goes with that. Yes, Edison, thank you. That's the person I'm trying to think of. Edison, yes. But he did not get the recognition for it. Edison did. So yes, it's Tesla's birthday. So said child was like, why couldn't you have waited a day, Mom, to have me on Tesla's birthday? I'm like, I didn't choose. You just came. So there's some info about my kids. Sorry, I think it's funny because I'm like, every year I just look at her and go, nope, not my thing. Yeah, I'm not like, seriously. So yeah, that would be the joke, the running joke. And she just wanted to share the day with you. I actually have 2 cousins that were born on their dad's birthdays too. Does it work? Every time I've tried talk to text, it's never worked for me. Both of my youngest cousins on both sides of my family were born on their dad's birthday. Weirdness. I mean, it's just weird. How both? But yes, one was planned, one was not planned. So yeah. I love it, Rose. All right. Well, I am going to go check on Mr. Ryan. He is tonight bagging up everybody's orders from last night. I would say text or talk to text is worse for me than my texting. And guess what? I suck at texting. You're glad that I'm on this side and not trying to do the comments to you guys, because you'll be reading it going, I don't know what you're trying to say. I will. Well, hopefully he's done. I love it, Joya. That is funny. So I'm going to go check on him, and hopefully we got everything done. What happens, I want to tell you guys that sometimes when that happens, like if we have Tuesday nights done now, I will go and add it to your invoices before Friday night, so that I am not so behind on getting them invoiced on Saturday, and I can get done earlier on Saturday. So sometimes your invoices will be a little bit off when we do that. So just let you know. All right, everybody. You all have a good night. We will see you tomorrow night for chat time, 8 p.m. Bye.